Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another CNC Router Mixer. Today is April 21st. If you'd like to join us live on Zoom, there's a link in the comments. You can type that in, and we will be glad to have you with us. Tally, I can hear your audio coming back through. Let me just double check that it's not mine. Yep, that was mine. So we're good. All right. Kelly, how's your audio? Let's do a test real quick. It says can't detect your speaker. Is that what you're seeing? Hmm. Well, folks, I'm gonna speak with you for a while until Kelly gets his audio straightened out. Technical difficulties are always a possibility when you're doing a live stream. You know, things can work for weeks, and then suddenly, boom, everything's gone. Um, As I said last week, I had a nice trip out to Los Angeles, California. I had a really good time and experience there, checking out the makerspace that they had in the Los Angeles Public Library. Really neat. And, there were so many things and so many opportunities for anybody that was trying to make something or get something made to do it right there in a public building in um, a way that they didn't have to invest any cash, maybe just the raw materials for whatever it was that they were going to be creating. And, they were off and running. They had quite a setup. And it kind of reminded me of the situation I had when I first got started building my CNC router. Just after I had built it, I met the folks at Morrisville State College here in upstate New York. And they have a mechanical engineering technology program there that is very good. They've trained a lot of talented people over the years, and recently, in the last 3 years or so, they had their entire facility where their MET program is located redone. They tore it down to the studs and built it new. Um, and I got to see that lab for the first time this week. So that was kind of a highlight. And I'm hoping that Tally or some of the other guys can get back in and get their computer issues straightened out because I'd like to talk to them and maybe share with you, the viewers, uh, some of the pictures of the new equipment that they have there and the setup they have. Now, I don't know what I was thinking when I was taking the pictures yesterday. Uh, I didn't really take pictures of the building, which is the whole point of it. I took pictures of the things that they were working on, the new machinery, the old machinery, and that sort of thing. So it was kind of neat. But we're mostly interested in the CNC stuff, not in the great view out of the plate glass windows of these classrooms. Really did a wonderful job of repurposing some of the spaces that had been used for years. There used to be an electronics and an electrical lab um, in the location that is now the CNC lab. And I remember seeing all the shelves with all the components and um, transistors and capacitors and you know all sorts of things in that room. For quite a while, and now that's all been replaced with epoxy floors and non-slip epoxy floors and CNC machines, and um, they had metrology equipment. They had a CMM, which is a um, measuring device for very accurate measurements of pretty much everything um, that in there, and just gorgeous lab. They also had a room full of different types of 3D printers from the kind that most of us are familiar with, that do like fused. Let's try that again. Fused deposition modeling, where you're just laying out layers and layers of plastic. They also had some that uh, were doing resin printing there, and there was also um, a a powder machine that printed powder, and a few others. But it was really nice. It was the first time seeing some of the I think they're called Flash Forge printers. I hadn't seen them, but they're very large um, machines. So kind of neat. Let's hope Taylor's got his thing straightened out.
You others.
Say something, bud.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All
Perfect.
right.
Okay, good.
I had to call my IT. I had to call my IT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is it plugged in?
Well, yeah, I'm plugging up, but I had to reboot for some reason. I don't know what was going on because I was like thinking that was strange that it
Yeah,
wouldn't. Yeah, pick up.
yeah. We were hearing an audio feed in the background and of some uh, probably true crime
That's
podcast or
exactly
something.
what it was. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's exactly what it was. I was like,
Okay,
okay, all right, what's new? What's going on?
perfect. Yeah, I was just telling folks about getting a chance to go back to the college that I used to do projects with,
Okay,
and to see their new expansion. And it's really nice the way they've got it laid out. So I got some pictures that I kind of forwarded to myself. Maybe I'll just share some of those and talk about it
okay.
a little bit. Let's see. Where do I have those? I have those in this tab. Okay. Um, all right. Here we go. It always takes longer to share than you ever think. Um, we started out down in the router room. This is the router that the students uh, and I and the instructors, we designed and built in a semester,
Mm-hmm.
based off of the Joe's CNC router and based off of um, my rack and pinion Z axis. So this is the students' version of it, which is a little um, more robust because uh, they really put the metal to this thing. It's built like a tank, and
Oh,
probably something
spring.
you don't recognize at the top here.
Yeah, that spring loaded, whatever.
Yeah, that's a constant torque spring, I believe it's called, or constant tension spring, and it exerts. I don't remember if it was 25 pounds or 50 pounds of pull always.
Okay.
So as the router plate is going up and down, the stepper is not working hard to lift the mass because the spring helps it hold that mass.
Right.
And this is just I think this is a 3.2 kilowatt, maybe, um, air cooled router, or it might be 2.2. Um, but that's what we use, and we were using the Rockler Dust Right system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So this uh, handle allows you to remove this so you can clean up the shop with the broom attachment and things like that. And this was a Kent CNC dust shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably familiar with that. So one of the things that we had to do for this project to be usable in the school was cover all the pinch points on the machine. And you can see these yellow 3D printed things. They cover up a large opening over here where the V groove bearings are.
Okay.
So so that you could do that. But anyway, that's one of the pictures. Let me go back to the other things, so because I don't think I can just click them. Uh, let's see. Should be able to. Oh, there we go. I had zoomed in. So there's another picture of that spring a little closer. Um, what do you
Oh,
do
I
with your dust hose to make sure that it doesn't pinch up? Well,
cut a rim.
yeah, cut a rim, put it on there, perfect shape.
That's that's
It's,
pretty interesting.
yeah, John Geis, the instructor there, came up with that. Uh,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Just cut a
yeah,
rim.
yep. So here's another picture of it in the project they had been working on. It's already been cut out, so I didn't think to grab a picture of it. One of the things that they do every during the senior year for these kids is they build a um, hammer, a little mallet,
Mm-hmm.
um, a shop mallet, with knurled ends on the handle and brass on one side and plastic, Delrin plastic on the other, and different things. And what you're seeing is the cutout that they made where they form fitted a carrying case so that when these guys are done with their hammer and they've engraved it and done all the things that they're going to do with it,
Right.
they have a presentation case for somebody says, "Show me some of your work," and they've got it. They just open that up, and if that doesn't impress, somebody who's potentially going to hire them, probably nothing will. Um,
Mm-hmm.
One thing I did not know that they had at, at the lab now was a universal laser,
Mm-hmm.
pretty good size. You can't see it in here, but there's a little compressor on here to give them the compressed air, and down below here is an exhaust fan, and they vent it out. You know, they've got it properly vented out into the area, and they have a Flash Forge Creator 3 machine over in their 3D printing
Mm-hmm.
lab. One of them. Um, I hadn't really seen those before, but they're pretty large inside. This is one of the things that they printed with it. It's an impeller for a ducted fan. Um,
It's nice.
yeah. Um, Back in the lab, they have a Haas VF0 milling
Okay.
machine. This is the one I learned on.
Oh, really?
Yep. And it is very large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah. Right next to it is a Haas SL20, I think.
okay.
Uh, CNC lathe. Um, Back to the 3D printer labs. There was a couple of these
That's a
Form
resin.
Lab. Pardon me.
That's a resin printer.
Yeah, Form Labs resin printers. They have two of them there, and there was one in a box on the floor that they haven't
Okay.
opened yet. Um, so kind of neat. And then these Fusion 3s. I hadn't seen them, but that's quite large.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a big one.
yeah, there's a chair in the picture. You can judge the scale of it from that.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott. Um,
Hey,
It's-
so
Hey, Scott.
that Fusion 3, is that a regular 3D printer or
Yep.
resin?
It's a 3D, I believe. Fused deposition modeling. I'm pretty sure on that one. The other two were resin. Um, there's
That's
a
a nice
powder
one right there.
there's a powder printer somewhere in the building. Uh, Dremel. I did not know
Oh,
Dremel was making a little router.
that's pretty old. I think they discontinued that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but they did.
Yeah, so they got one of those. Um, here's another shot in the uh, machine CNC machine room. See how bright things are because the lights aren't even on in this room when I took the picture.
So they got three phase in their room. That's a
Yeah.
lot of power.
Oh yeah. There's
That's a
three
lot of
phase
power.
all over that building.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, lighting that wall up like that with windows. That'd be a good idea for a shop
Hmm.
if you had the wall space to give
Yeah.
up. But
Yeah.
you could always make it higher than the bench. Put some bulletproof glass for all that wood flying around.
Hmm. This right here is a granite slab that they use for surface plate, for precise measuring. You can't tell it from this shot here, but it's got a leather covering over that, so those items that are sitting on top of it aren't affecting it at all. They're not scratching it up or anything like that. But it's a old Starrett, and it probably weighs more than the mill. Uh, Pretty heavy. You can see some of the different plastics that they are using for the hammer project. Um,
That's a
there's,
cool project. I'd like to
you know,
get a hold of something like that.
I have the plans,
Oh,
or I
you
can get
do?
them for you. Yeah. Um,
20 horse.
Pardon me.
I said that's a 20 horsepower spindle.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one. Let's see.
I'd hate to see what
Yeah.
would bog that thing down.
Oh, you can bog it down. 20 horses still have to take a break every now and then. Uh,
Yep, yep,
but you try not to. If you hear it go zoom, something's wrong
yep.
on the day.
About to hear a snap after that.
Yeah. This
Hmm.
thing has a turret, a revolving turret with different
Mhm.
tools on it. Um, the coolant, the whole 9 yards. And you can see the Blazer um, coolant barrels in the background. Um, let's see what else. Um, you can't see it in this picture, but I have another picture of it later. But this is another lathe. This is a Hardinge lathe. Hardinge is not far from us, the company,
Okay.
and Hardinge makes some really nice lathes and mills, but they also took over production of Bridgeport milling machines. They own that, and they do that down in their shop there. This is the CMM I was telling you about. It's a Brown and Sharp measuring machine. There's a little tiny probe right there in you can't see it, but right there uh, in the machine. And that uh, if you put an object on this granite table and locked it down, you can then take measurements from it and measure concentricity, flatness, all parallelism, all sorts of things, and it'll give you a computer printout of all of that. So that's used in inspection. So, after you make a
Okay.
part for aerospace or medical, it has to meet specific tolerances, and this is one of the ways that they guarantee that it does by measuring it. You can see Mr. Geis in the background here teaching this class in the CAD lab. Um, so the room behind him is probably 15 or 20 desks of computers, and they run Mastercam and SolidWorks and all of that. And they teach them how to use that software. Uh, didn't mean to do that. Hang on. Uh, hmm, how to get back? Let's try the back button. I'll just stop sharing. Oh, there they are, down there. Okay. So that was the first batch, I think. Oh, here we are. This is that Conquest 42 lathe from Hardinge. I don't have a close-up of the internals of this one or the other one, but pretty neat machine. Here you can see some of the chips. The students are in the middle of their senior projects right now.
Okay.
So after they get done in the lab next door, they're going to probably come in and work on the projects in the lab. So that was the first batch. Excuse me. And this is the second batch of photos I took. Let's see what we got here. This looks like the same batch. Okay, well, I guess I got them all then. But that's, kind of a neat space for them to, get working and learning how to be mechanical engineering technicians. They're not in a full-on engineering program because this is only a 2-year
Okay.
course for them, but most of them will do it in 2 to 3, and then they get hired. And those that don't go on to places like RIT or SUNY Poly, which is the Polytechnical Institute not far from here. And then they go on to become full-blown engineers. We've got one guy working at Northrop Grumman. Another kid is young man, excuse me, is working for Ferris Mowers. Making and designing mowers and things, and kids all over the country. Another guy's at GM now, and there's one at SpaceX. So pretty cool.
Impressive.
It's funny to see how things progress. Like when I was coming up, you got your technical stuff done in high school through shop class and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you might go on to community college and get associates in something like drafting or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the marketplace has shifted for employment to technicians like CAD, CAM operators and, that design because you got these big companies that
Mm-hmm.
have got all this expensive equipment and nobody knows how to use them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Yep.
come along some 18, 20-year-old and jump out of a tech school making 100 grand a year or more, just for a technician position.
So, nice work if you can get it.
Yep.
You can get it if you try. I don't know what their pay grades are like right now. I do know that many of them start just as beginning machining levels sometimes, but some of the brighter ones, we have 2 students down in the Carolinas. I don't remember the name of the company that they're working for now, but they're both six figure employees. They, you know, fantastic work ethic, both of them. I'm so proud of them. They met in this lab, well, not this lab, but the old lab downstairs, and started dating while we were building that router table. And then they got married and had kids. And You know, great story. So
Yeah.
yeah, um, but I'm a bit concerned because there's talk that the State University of New York is planning to consolidate programs across the different campuses onto one specific campus or two specific campuses in an area. So programs that have like a mechanical engineering technology program or whatever, they might all end up at someplace like SUNY Poly, which is a bigger school, you know, a bigger school. Um, so I don't know, you know, what the future holds for the program. Um, I'm I've seen it happen in architecture and wood sciences and a few others already, and you know, you just kind of wonder, you know, what they'll do. I've got no view into the future, but I really benefited from the association with this program and from the amazing uh, way that they shared knowledge on how to do things, how to build things, how to approach solving problems. And I think we need more of that, not less. That is all. I'm off my soapbox now.
Just out of curiosity, what is wood science cover? I mean, is it like when you say
Um,
wood science, like woodworking science, or like just the biological or whatever?
all of that, yeah. They had a part of it which dealt with forestry. There was another part that dealt with production of wood related products like paper, and you know, just lumber and
Yeah,
everything. They made furniture. They made everything. That, in fact, they have um, they have a router in that was in the WoodTech um, program that they are planning to sell or surplus or whatever. And it was posted maybe 2 months ago in the group. If anybody was looking
yeah.
for a, you know, a
Oh yeah,
large.
the router.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
you said
it was a thermwood,
yeah.
yeah, with an auto tool changer and a fourth axis and everything. And the I can't tell you a specific price on it, but they are open to taking an offer. I could tell you a price, but I'm not going to. Uh,
That was a nice. That was a nice machine.
It
yeah,
was what, the CS41 or something like that?
I
Uh,
do not recall, but it was like 5 by 10, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, 5 by 10. Okay.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
the bigger one. I
it was
thought it
either
was a
five by
small.
ten or 4 by 8. It's big. Um, if
I believe it was a. Oops. I believe it was a
I
five by.
know they Thermwood makes the educational size routers because they use them in their own facility for training.
hmm
I wonder if they I haven't never asked them. I need to. I should. If they sell them when they get like a new one out or something like that, and they switch them over.
Oh, like a demo.
Like
Like a
one they
demo.
use, but now
Mhm.
it's not obsolete, but they got a
yeah,
newer version and they put that in their training facility. I wonder if they
Right.
sell the old ones because they're
yeah,
not that hard to update, really. It's just mostly the controller that you update. The machine is basically the same.
yeah. I don't know the answer to that. I'm sure they have an education um, branch, or you know,
Yeah, yeah,
that you
yeah.
could
You
probably
can get
talk
them,
with. Yeah.
and I think I mean I've talked to a guy that went and that's been to. He's from Canada. He's been to the Canada uh dealers or whatever
Hmm.
distributors classes, and he said that they can't keep them because he said as soon as they get one in, that the educational routers they sell them, so they
Hmm.
must be selling them. I don't know. They're gone. But
I found a picture of that, and I might as well just show it here.
Oh, you found it,
Hey Milo, welcome. Um,
Milo?
so it is a Thermwood C40,
C40, yeah.
yeah, with vacuum system, uh, fourth axis, has tool changer, um, and fourth axis. It's a 5 foot. Oh, it's only 5 by 5, not 5 by 10.
Hmm.
That's still decent size.
Yep. Yeah, so you could throw Baltic birch sheets up there, which are 5
Yeah.
foot, and be happy. Um, but let's.
Looks
Um,
like it's got the moving table on it.
yeah, it's a moving table. Um, these are the arms for the tool changer.
Yeah.
Um, it is 3 phase. Um, here's a better view of the tool changer. You can see one of the um, tool
Yeah.
holders
Yeah.
uh, in it, and all these pneumatic cylinders that pop them up into the spindle. That's the um, vacuum system for the vacuum hold down, and that
Fourth axis.
is the fourth axis. Never used.
When you look at those machines and you see all those actuators and all
Hmm.
those airlines and everything and wires going everywhere, you think, man, that's a lot that can go wrong with that machine. But there's not a lot that does go wrong with them. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
I operated one for almost 10 years, and I don't recall a time us being down with something that was not related to us direct, user error or whatever,
Hmm.
waiting on a part or whatever. They usually get it there overnight,
Yeah.
no more than, you know, 12, 14 hours.
Yeah. In a working shop, that's important.
Yep.
Um, so I guess that's it for this. Um, did you guys want to see the post? It said
Ping-pong.
uh, 30-year-old Thermwood C40 CNC router table with a vacuum and fourth axis has tool changer issues, but it's located in Morrisville. Um, he lists somewhere around this neighborhood, but it may be in the neighborhood
Next
below.
door.
Yeah, next door. You never know. It's just, make your offer.
That tool changer issue sounds like it might be something to do with those actuators. They got little knobs on them. If somebody turns one of those knobs, they've
Hmm.
actually got them sealed.
Yeah.
If somebody turns one of them,
Yep.
it could make everything go haywire. It'll fling a tool slap across the table when it goes to change it.
Hmm. Well, I know that they changed to carousel designs not long after this, but this is 30-year-old tech.
Yeah.
But the parts are still available at Mr. Cars and other
They
places.
they still have those them tool changers like that.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
those are good tool changers because that's the kind we had. But I will
Hmm.
tell you this: if that thing goes down and
yeah.
stops,
Uh-huh.
uh, don't try to rehome it, because when you rehome that particular machine, it goes down into the Z first and then up, and then
Oh,
goes back home. So if that arm is up inside there and that thing goes down,
it
it's
snaps
going to
the
break
arm.
that aluminum arm. I've seen
Yeah.
that happen.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Um, I haven't done it, but
I wonder why it would go down before going up, but
I,
that's another
I
story.
don't know. They might have changed that, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always, every time that ever happened, I always just X wide over the center of the table and then go up in Z like 4 or 5 inches
Mm-hmm.
real fast, and it'll
They
either
change-
drop the tool or do like it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, you could change that by doing a G53 versus a G28. And that'll change that because I did that on my machine, especially with rotary,
Mm-hmm.
because that can really cause an issue. So
You saying you could change one of those two to make it go up and Z first,
mhm,
not down?
yeah,
Cool. Check
mostly
into
like all your milling machines would do that to clear it would clear the stock or clear the clamps, so it'll go into a G53.
Now this is just when it's home and not when it's rapiding or doing a tool change. If it's
Right, you
doing
can
a tool change,
still
it'll go
change
up
it
a Z
you can change
first.
it in the controller of how it does it because you still have location movements in the controller
Yeah,
where it's positioned where the machine, let's say after you run a G code, the controller can tell the machine to go to a designated point after it
right,
finished. Even though the
right.
G codes tell it, it still has parameters in the controller that you can designate it to go after it has completed. So you can make it go to the back of the machine. You can make it raise up and come back to the tool sensor or tool touch off. That's how I program mine. So um, I just got used to using a G53 versus a G90. What is it? A G98 or a G28. I took I took those codes out of my post processor, and that way you always safe regardless. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, hello, Milo.
How you doing?
Hey, Milo.
Doing well. Thank you. How about you?
Good. Yeah, I use a G53 Z0
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit. After tool changes and whatnot, because I want that son of a gun all the way up when it's transiting back and forth.
Yeah.
Put it in the post processor.
Mm-hmm. So, you working on anything, Milo? You're always working on something.
Yeah, most of it wasn't CNC work lately.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I'm still trying to get over jet lag.
Yeah,
But
reason I was late, I was talking to a guy down in Dallas. He was having some trouble with his CNC machine and his compressor wasn't kicking in. I said, "You guys had any lightning down there lately?" And I think the reset kicked out on his air compressor. Then as it bled down, then it sent out an error code to the doggone CNC machine because it wouldn't swap tool holders anymore. And he was right in the middle of a tool change, of course.
of course,
Give me a moment, fellas.
yeah.
So shut the machine off, get it out of the fork, and then get it back up again so you don't bust the fork holder.
Mm-hmm. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Adventures in tool changing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and Legacy had sent me a update on the controller software, and I was out there several months ago. I came up with a specific test pattern that I wanted to run, and good thing I did. I documented it well. Because, I need to go back and run the same test over again to make sure that it's doing exactly the same thing or not. But yeah, if I rely on my memory, I'm cooked.
Yeah. Say we all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't count on for me is my memory.
I can count on it not working.
Yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even look at my notes and I go, what in the world did I do that for?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah. But they say the palest ink is better than the sharpest memory.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and I ran into something that was kind of interesting is most of the post processors that Vectric has was written before the keep out zones.
Yeah.
And come to find out, if you don't use parallel commands on the post processor, they won't work on a keep out zone. And they used to, like an initial rapid move and a rapid move.
Okay. Yep.
There's two different things and they weren't in there. So I changed my post processors and at least they got them working. It was, those minor little changes that don't keep up with time.
Mm-hmm.
And they have so many post processors out there. How could they possibly keep up as well?
They can't, and unlike other companies, they don't charge for the post processors, even though they help you create them.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. So,
Well, and
yeah,
after you break the code, they're not too bad. I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty easy to manipulate.
I agree. I remember the first time I got in there and started messing with the post processor. I was so afraid I was going to screw something up, but it's really pretty good documentation on how to do it. It's not difficult because it's basically a text file. Um, you know, off you go. If you got the desire to learn it, you can.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and like most things, if people have never done it, change one thing
Yeah.
and see if it worked, and
Hmm.
even put a comment out to the edge as to where this is being activated from.
Yep.
Uh, One thing that I guess in this last time that I was talking with you guys on a rotary, I was always curious when it says you're going to wrap the Y values or wrap the X values and change them into an A or a B or whatever.
Hmm.
I couldn't figure out why sometimes I could pass a Y value and it wouldn't be swapped over to an A.
Why didn't randomize something?
And I thought, now why is it doing it here but not over here?
Yeah, I didn't
I
do it.
finally asked Vetric. I said, okay, what triggers the automatic changeover from a Y to an A to linear to rotary?
Hmm.
And it's if there's brackets around it, that's a variable. If it's an absolute value where you put in Y6,
Hmm.
then it'll keep that value. But if it's in brackets and it's a variable, it replaces all of those. So when I'm using the notes section to say, okay, shift Y over 1 inch and cut with the edge of the bit, then it'll pass that without changing it. So that
Hmm.
that was kind of handy to know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that I knew that, but I would have probably figured it out eventually if I needed it. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd been doing it for a long time. I just had never put together why it was working sometimes and wasn't other times.
Yep. Mm.
But let's see here. Just talking about this doesn't really drive the point home very well. Maybe we can pop something up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Let's see if we go to share here.
No, well, hang on. Allow. Go ahead.
Here. Okay, there we got it. This is the post processor that I'm dealing with. And right here where it says, here,
And you can zoom that in for folks.
there
There
we
you
go.
go.
right here is where it says wrap the Y values and change them into A or rotational values. Well, down here, every time you see brackets around it, all of these values will change to A. Same thing here. These will be A because they're brackets. These are variables.
Mm-hmm.
If I would type in here that I wanted this thing to start out like right here, where I go to the X0, Y0 for the start of that program, this will not change to an A value because this doesn't have the brackets around it. This is an absolute value, not a variable.
Mm-hmm.
So this does not get changed, but this one does. And after I got the proper answer and got it straight in my head, I'm going, okay, well, this makes perfect sense. So like here on when I pass toolpath notes to say shift the Y over a half an inch on my gantry so that I'm not cutting the bit dead center, then it will go ahead and shift it without changing it as a rotary value. Subtle difference, but a major change in what it does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very cool.
And when Tally comes back online here, I remember he had asked a question here a while ago, I think, on using form tools on the rotary because it's so much faster to cut a spiral. But after he pops back up, maybe he's got a question for it.
Yeah, he's going to be a minute, but he said he will be back. So while he's gone, I want to mention a new machine that came out today on Kickstarter. For those who like to put their money out there for a few months and then maybe get something neat.
There's another 5-axis machine.
Well, there's 2 5-axis machines currently getting ready to launch. And then there's this one that did launch today. It's not a router. It's not a milling machine, but it is a desktop lathe, CNC lathe, and it's kind of interesting. Now, I don't think I shared it with sound on, so you probably can't hear the music.
We're not.
It's not really. Yeah, it's you're not seeing it. Oh, okay. Well, we'll go back. Try that again. How about I hit share first?
There you go.
Okay, you can have sound if you want. Anyway, this is the. I don't know how they're going to pronounce it. Dioxin.
There, you got it.
And it's a little tabletop-sized CNC router. It's not particularly large, but it has a surprisingly long cutting area. I could see somebody having 3 or 4 of these and doing some work, or they're buying a bigger machine. But
it's a designed primarily for metal then, and they adapt it to wood.
Every lathe can do metal or wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're basically a aluminum, brass, that kind of thing. Probably some steel.
They just don't have a water.
Right. They don't have coolant that I'm aware of. Maybe that's something they had. I don't know. Um, but what would you think a little CNC lathe would cost? And a Kickstarter.
I know it's usually fairly low.
What do you mean by low?
Under 1,000 usually.
Well,
Callie's thinking 3,000.
Kelly's thinking 3. Yeah. Scott, any bet?
I'd say probably around $600.
You guys are good. So here's the project levels. Are you seeing the share screen?
Yep, seeing it now.
Okay. Surprising. Early bird prices $769.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's priced about right. This puts it into the 3D printer Shapeoko kind of range for a product,
Right.
which, it's basically the same kind of thing. We just haven't really been seeing many CNC tabletop size lathes coming out.
Yeah, so their suggested final price was 1,300.
Yeah.
What's the working dimensions on that?
Yes. What's the working dimension? I don't know. It's probably listed here somewhere. Let's go back and find out. Um, all right, they're gonna be back. So looks like they made their pledge goal in one day. Double it, you know. Let's see. Creator machine, desktop size, fixed parts, yada yada. Here it is cutting some
I'm
stuff.
just wondering if it'd be more along the lines for pencils and lamp posts and stuff, or
Yeah, it's gonna be fairly small. You could probably do a trumpet mouthpiece with it or something.
Yeah, you can see the size of the chuck. You're probably a couple inches diameter,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 8.
Surprised I haven't seen it yet.
now if
Here.
they get it to where you can cut up about a 42-inch leg on it, and
No, it's not that big. Because this is for your desktop. It's not for your bench top.
yeah,
Yeah,
still, if you can get in
4,200
it for,
RPM is pretty fast, actually.
if you can get in around $800 on something like that,
30 millimeter diameter. So
A little bit
That
over an
is
inch.
a little bit inch. Yeah,
yep,
about 1.75 inches. No,
1.181.
1.8. Okay.
Yeah. So, and you can choose a 3-jaw or 4-jaw if you
4-jaw.
so if you participate in something like that, do they send you a production prototype slash prototype thing, and then as kind of like a beta thing
no,
that you're going in there, or is it like full-fledged, okay, here's what we're going to manufacture
they send you what they're going to manufacture.
when they get it ready?
By the time you get yours, they're already in production. Then
Yeah, yeah.
they're already shipping them out. If you ordered this, it's supposed to be ready in October.
That's not bad.
Okay, so there were it's what are they using? They're using Fusion. Looks like it, right?
Yeah.
That's Fusion,
Yeah.
Chinese Fusion.
Yep.
Yeah, but Fusion nonetheless. Anyway, that is one of the products. Here we go, the spec sheet.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I want to see the specs. Let me see.
So dimensionally speaking, it's 5.5 inches tall. Well, kind of short.
It is.
600.
That's a
so
pocket model, not a desktop.
So it's 20, 2 foot long by 5.5 inches cube.
Wait a minute. 5.5.
That's not very big.
No, it's not.
No.
About a shoebox.
Yeah.
That's like,
They got a gold bar in there. It weighs 99 pounds.
It's not in 99.2 pounds.
That's
That's kind of deceiving. Hold on.
It's 140 millimeters.
That's smaller than my cup.
5.5 inches deep.
Yeah. And 24 inches. Well,
23 and a half.
23 and a half, yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
The spindle's got to be pretty small, don't it?
Well, we knew that.
Yeah.
Because it only holds a 30.
I mean, it doesn't.
So
the
you do 4
numbers
inches
don't look right.
by 8.
The numbers don't look right to this picture. That looks like more than 5.5 inches tall.
Well, or if it's 5.5 inches tall, it doesn't. 24 inches doesn't match.
Doesn't match, yeah. I think they got the dimensions. Maybe it's 5.5 inches inside this hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Travel or whatever.
Anyway, let's look at the details.
Okay, so it can do 4 inches in diameter and 8 3/4 inches in length.
That's not bad.
3/4 of a watt.
Yeah.
99 pounds. 4,200 RPM.
The precision not bad neither. 0.01 millimeter. That's not
software. Mastercam, Fusion 360, NX, or SolidWorks. Can't argue with their choices if you got the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kurt. Yeah. So there's a tailstock, because we saw that. And you can either run it on 110 or 220.
That's not bad. I would take a chance on that.
Yeah.
I would take a chance on that.
Less than $1,000, yeah. You have a little CNC lathe on your bench. All tricked out. Let's see. Get back to the top. But yeah, this just came out today.
That's interesting.
I sent you a link to it earlier today.
I just saw it. I was.
He thought it was spam.
Yeah. So you got to you got to hit the back the project button to find out how much. But it's $769, which is 40% off plus shipping. So they sell 50 of them at that price, and then after that they bump up to the Kickstarter special, which is $20 more, or $30 more, excuse me, for shipping. So the first 50 people get it at that price. I think it said 50. Well, anyway, the first group of people, there we go. First 50 get it at that price, $769. After that, everybody pays $799.
Still not bad.
Yep.
I tried to do one of them. What was it? It was oh, I think I tried to do a Kickstarter with Roll Point, but when I tried to click into it, it like bumped me off. Like I couldn't.
The 3D printer or
Yeah,
scanner.
scanner.
Yeah.
I couldn't. It wouldn't allow me to pledge.
hmm
Yeah.
So anybody who's wondering, they don't charge you right away. They charge you after the campaign is over and it's been successfully funded.
What's the
So,
optional? What's the optional add-ons? Oh, includes the optional add-ons. Okay.
um, where are you seeing
Mhm.
that?
Right at down at the right at the bottom.
Oh, include optional add-ons,
Yeah.
a wrench, a couple of wrenches, instruction manual, and a power cord.
The instructions and manual is an add-on.
Well, after the promotion ends, you can select your desired chuck model, 3 or 4 jaw. We'll send you a survey for your selection. Shipping costs includes applicable taxes, duties, and custom fees so that you will not incur any additional charges. Okay. Because this is coming from Hong Kong, so they're gonna eat the duty or tariffs if there's any.
Well, it shouldn't be anything because it's under $800.
Yeah.
Well, plus
Yeah.
shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right at that.
Yep.
So,
So there you go. But
huh,
Get it for
interesting.
$800 and $2,000 shipping.
mhm. So that was the first one, and let me see if I find the other one. I'm gonna stop sharing here for a second. Oh, why is my mouse choosing now to act up again? There we go. There was one other. Uh, so currently going on Kickstarter right now are these two, or they're not current. They're about to start. Um, you've got two companies who want to compete uh, for the 5-axis benchtop or desktop market. You got X-Horse 3D and you got Top Fab, and both of them are launching soon.
What? What? X Force. I thought X Force had already launched.
X-Horse was taking uh, they were taking a deposit so that you could be waiting for the deals, to guarantee yourself one of the early bird specials, regardless of how many they got.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You could pay for the privilege of getting on the early bird program.
they playing around. I commented on like I've been trolling them.
Yeah. So Top Fab and X Horse 3D are both going after the market. Let's go with Top Fab first. Uh, I'm not
I
going
would
to
like to
spend a
see a side by side comparison with them. It would be interesting.
Yeah, you'll probably see that after they come out.
Hmm.
uh, and I guarantee you that the YouTube creator will be saying, just so you know, Top Fab sent me this to review. It doesn't affect, blah blah blah, yada yada.
All
And
right.
the same with X Horse 3D. They sent me this one or whatever, because I don't know too many guys that are going to drop $8,000 or whatever it is on these. Um,
See, they compare.
yeah, they're comparing themselves to their competition,
Hmm.
to their peer data.
So, that's pretty impressive. I jump up what is that, 5,000 of a millimeter?
hmm
A 60,000 RPM?
Versus the 20,000.
Okay, what would be the benefit for that?
You can use smaller tools at a higher
Hmm.
feed rate to do things like dental implants and
Okay,
titanium bones and things, or bone screws and things like that.
okay.
Um, with that level of speed. Um,
Oh, the machining speed is very good. 200. That's what 240 inches per minute. I mean, yeah, 240 inches per minute.
mhm,
That's not bad.
yeah. I don't know what the depth of cut would be, but it's probably light cuts. Um, 8 tool versus 6 tool. This one weighs only 75 kilograms.
150. What is that? About 150, maybe 160 pounds.
Yeah, versus
Wow, that's heavy.
130.
Wow.
Yeah. So um, this one uses a camera to position itself, and this one uses a probe. I prefer the probe. Uh,
Mm,
so anyway, that's kind of their comparison uh, chart with the other machine that's out there. Um, Here's a video of it doing some cutting.
yep. He got RTCP.
Yep. So both of the machines have automatic tool changers. See what else.
What about the size?
I think we said it was 4x4.
Oh yeah, I think this one
Cube.
is a little larger.
Yeah,
It's a little larger than the other one.
it should tell that in here somewhere. Lighter weight, smaller footprint, 30% higher cooling efficiency, 8 tool changer. Kind of neat tool changing.
That go to show you how long it's taking for X Force to come out, and another company already developed one. And
Mm-hmm. Showing a black, but it's not
oh, item.
dimension. 600 by 500 by 500.
Uh, I, they got to be the machine itself. So that'd be 24 by
Yeah,
20. Wait,
24 by 19 by
20.
19. Yeah, 24 by 20 by
But
20.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's the machine. It's not the work envelope.
yeah.
Um, hmm. Yeah, they're not really good at putting all the info in one place.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
130 by 170 by 120.
Okay. That's the. Oh, what? There you go. Is that your travel? X
That's
and
the
Y
travel.
travel.
Yeah,
Well, that's the X and Y travel.
yeah. Let's see.
Well,
Workpiece. Here we
oh
go.
yeah.
120 by 100.
So that's 4 3/4 by 4 inches.
Yep. It's a pretty good sized piece of material. Um, so yeah, there we go. This one was the top fab, TF 500. And the other one we saw last week, but we'll look really again just to be fair. Um, the X Horse 3D. This is the one that caught my attention when they first came out.
I, I like the way it looks, like it's the way it's built.
Hmm. Yeah.
That really attracts. The other ones has better specs.
Hmm. Yeah. So now you have to choose looks or specs. So 50 reserve with $50, and the MSRP is $8,399, but they're going to knock $2,700 off of that.
I can get it for like, what is it, about 5 something?
6, 7, something like that. Anyway, we're Americans, we don't do math. Yeah. Anyway, the RPMs, less RPMs, but more powerful spindle.
Ah, it's a 1,500. Well, yeah,
Versus this other one was 75, right? 750, I mean.
so the
750.
750.
6 tools instead of 8. This one's
Yeah, I
got a
know.
probe.
6 tools is doable. I mean, sometimes too many tools is overkill.
Yeah.
So it has that AI cam. That would be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I watched the video on the other one, so I'm just going to continue going through. Real simultaneous 5-axis, not 3+2.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Then, yeah.
I think the other one is as well, but I don't know that they specified that. But the precision's less.
Yeah.
The other one was 0.005, 5,000. Yeah, so
I don't know. What you think? What you think, Bill? Which one you will opt for?
whichever one decides to send me one to review.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would love a 5-axis, but I don't have a need for a 5-axis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I would come up with one, but 100mm work table size on this one.
Seen some that look a little odd up above there. The A-axis travel 30 to 110 degrees.
Mm-hmm. -30.
Okay.
Yeah, so it can go more than the 90 that most were expecting. So 140 degrees of travel, really, right?
Yeah.
Good eyes, Milo. 6 tools, 100.
But
2.2 kilowatt. That's to run the machine, not the spindle.
Right. What workpiece size, maximum workpiece size when you're doing 5-axis work is 100 by 100.
At 5-axis.
Yeah, get less.
Which is not bad. Yeah, that's 2 inches. You lose 2 inches. You lose what?
That'd be 4 inches, wouldn't it?
Inches? Yeah. Well, you lose 2 inches, 4 inches, and 3/4 inches.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot. I guess because it's bigger than that lathe.
Yeah, it is definitely bigger than that lathe. All right, well.
So Milo, you have a legacy, right?
Right here. That's the lathe side.
I think you're exaggerating.
You can cut USBs with the lathe.
You can make USB cases.
I think it was cutting to about that far.
Yeah.
Judging from the picture, but like I said, you could probably make a trumpet mouthpiece, maybe even a trombone mouthpiece. You know, uh,
Yeah, I like it though.
Probably make a prop for a model airplane or something.
um,
A small one.
yeah, you don't do those generally on a lathe,
Yeah.
but
That's funny.
you could do a spinner, nose cone, wheels, uh, candlesticks, small ones, uh, pawns.
Yep. Chess pieces. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Make you could do some nice. Well, I was trying to think. Well, it had a blade on the side of it, right?
hmm Yeah,
Yeah.
it had a quick change tool post.
Okay.
Um, Actually, it wasn't a quick change tool post. Excuse me. It was a four tool post. It could probably be replaced with a quick change tool post, and that would be like the first thing I did. Um, so that you could like turn a wrench, drop your tool, tighten it, hit, touch off, go. Um, because when you're changing bits and you have to undo the nuts on each one of those that's holding the bit in place,
Hmm.
take it and replace it, and then line up everything. That gets old very fast. When you could, for $40 probably change it out to an automatic, or not automatic, but quick change tool post. Um, I say $40. It's probably closer to 100, but get the idea. Anyway, cool projects out there. More ways to spend your money. Uh, but yeah, it's like last week, Tally and I spent a lot of time looking at that new X2D
Hmm. Yep.
from Bamboo Lab. You know, and here I just bought my P2S in November. It was the brand new thing, and everybody was singing its praises. Now a week later, everybody is saying, "Oh, well, geez, I'm going to take that one back and get the other one."
It's going to be a lot of them on sale on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people took delivery from Best Buy because Best Buy finally got the P2S in stock, and then they come out with the X2D. They were taking them back and getting the X2D. Yeah.
Oh, I
So.
didn't know Best Buy sold 3D printers.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah. They started. Well, I didn't notice it until last Christmas, actually.
Micro Center sells them too.
But they
Uh,
ain't have them in
And
stock. Like they have
Michaels.
it
What
on
about
display.
Michaels?
No. Mm-mm.
That's weird how a computer or office supply store or whatever would sell 3D printers, but not a hobby store.
Yeah. Well, Best Buy is they more in the technology, so they
Yeah,
cover a spectrum of from home audio appliances and computers.
yeah,
Whereas Michael's a Hobby Lobby is more of a craft home
crafts.
decor.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So
You're right.
you
I
know,
think I think Best Buy was having it shipped to the store so that you didn't have to pay shipping.
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
They were doing that, and you pick them up there. They had a bunch of them in stock. Both printers. Now I bet they've got a lot of P2S's in stock right now.
The open box.
Yeah.
Get an
For
open box deal.
for $100 difference in the price, and you get dual nozzle and a heated chamber, so you can use engineering grade plastics. That's reason enough for a lot of people to go and get one of those.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with mine. I just printed some stuff yesterday, uh, so I'm very happy with the quality of the prints, and everything. I finally
Your
did some.
grandson still use a pacifier? You could print him one, a pacifier.
Yeah, you get that food safe TPU, that'd probably be all right. Uh,
My
um,
wife wouldn't allow it. She'd be like,
mm-mm.
I don't trust you. I don't trust that either.
Yeah.
Especially after she smelled it being made.
Well, the
It
way
don't,
this the way
it
this
don't,
kid chews through things, I don't think he
I wouldn't
he'd
trust
probably
it.
be eating that thing before it was too far along. Yeah.
people
Got
talk about smell, but I ain't never smelled. I ain't never smelled none
yeah,
of what I printed.
yeah.
People talking about the smell of it. I've never smelled it.
Speaking
You
of
do
which,
any ASA?
No, I know you can smell that. I heard.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
heard
The only time I
ASA
smell,
nylon.
the only time I smell PLA is if I walk into the room from being outside.
No, really? See, I haven't.
I mean, I can smell a slight difference from
Okay.
outside air, but if you're in the room while it's doing it, you don't even notice it.
Right.
so speaking of outside air and everything, one of the things that they came out with um, was a external exhaust kit for the P2S, the X2D, the X, all of those. Anyway, so I printed it up. It's got a place for a like a dryer vent hose to go onto this to go out the window, and there's latches that I haven't installed yet. Uh, and this all goes on a box which holds a filter system, and uh, this plate mounts on the back of your machine. Well, I got one of the early machines, and they didn't have a plan for this external exhaust then. So they sent free of charge a new back plate for the machine with holes in it. so so you remove the screws and a lot of screws. Pop
Yeah.
that on there, and not you can install your own external exhaust and vent out the window for stinky plastics. So
Yeah, the ASA, it was bad.
yeah,
I mean, at first, it didn't seem like it was going to be too bad, but about halfway through the print, you're going, okay, this is getting a little too much.
yeah, yeah. I had that problem with oh, what was the first print plastic that they were using with the maker bots, ABS.
Oh yeah, same
Oh,
thing.
that stuff stunk. Yeah,
Mm.
it was like, oh, I'm getting nauseous. Stink.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty severe.
yeah. So I haven't used any of that since 10 years ago or whatever. But yeah. Um, but I was very happy with the quality of these prints. That it didn't lift up or anything. This is um, PETG that is notoriously hard to print flat, but it did it.
On my H2D, I had heard or I'd read several comments where the bed heating wasn't even.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, wait a minute, I got a doggone temp gun. And the top comes off, it's just a piece of glass up there, shot down. And sure enough, the left side was about 5 degrees cooler than the right side. And I had noticed that the left side on thin wall items while it was building up was coming loose. You could see the brim or the elephant
Mm-hmm.
ears or whatever, it would start to lift, and then pretty soon, okay, now you got a warped piece.
Yeah.
I raised it 5 degrees and it stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't done it again since.
It's good to know. Um,
Yeah, shooting with that temp gun removed all question.
mhm. I'm curious now, Taylor. I'm going to bring it back to you. You've been experimenting with the X2D, is it?
Um, H2C.
H2C. There we go.
Mhm.
With the
Yeah,
auto tool changer and everything.
yeah, the Vortex tool changer. Um, I haven't made any more progress since the last
Okay.
time we
All
talked.
right. All right.
So,
Then I'll take you off the hook.
I mean, it's fine. Like right now, it's um. So, oh well, I'll tell you what. This is what I found out. So, in the files, in the internal files, the sample files, those files are set up by default determining the nozzles.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, let's say it has a spinner. It has a spinner top in there. But if you look at it, instead of just saying, "Okay, I'm gonna just print the spinner," it actually say spinner is probably designated to the right nozzle or left nozzle. So it won't print unless you have that side of that nozzle activated. Um, and then some of the multi prints, then it'll show like both nozzles. The problem I'm having now is that when I just tried to print one that required just a single nozzle, it's not reading the number one on the AMS, which is the black. It'll feed through, but it keep trying to feed, and it's nothing clogged. So now I don't know exactly what's going on. So now I'm out to actually go into it and check the what's the little the little spring thing in the back.
Yeah.
But they don't have that on mine. All that's new. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
see what it's detecting because it keeps trying to load, unload, load, unload. And then it calls.
You're talking the AMS?
It's actually in the
The
back of the
buffer.
printer.
It's called the
Yeah.
buffer.
It's like the extruder
Some.
tensioner, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Extruder temperature tensioner.
Well,
Yeah.
if you recall, Tally, the first day that I had, or the first time I had my P2S,
Mm-hmm.
I had some very bad filament, and the PTFE tubes weren't pushed in far enough into those little orange connectors on the back,
Right. Right.
and it was causing a burr. And
Yep.
over time, I ended up with a stuffed tube. You couldn't see it, and it would try and feed, and it couldn't get through, and it'd come back, try
Mm-hmm.
and feed, couldn't. So
I'm gonna
maybe you got to pull the tube off and see if you got a little wad of fuzz in there.
I'm gonna check it out. It was my plan today
Hmm.
to do it because I did turn it on, but I didn't really feel like fooling with it because I needed to be outside most of the day, trying to work on some other stuff. But I'm still, I'm still not feeling
Yeah,
it.
um,
Yeah,
yeah. You gotta really feel it if you're gonna go spend the kind of money for that one.
yeah.
Is that?
I'm not very, I'm not impressed with their. It's cool as a niche, but I still don't see no purpose for it.
Hmm. All right.
Because I had an AMS that gave a feed error. It'd feed out 6, 8 inches, hit, come back, go out back and forth a few times. I put in a support ticket. Of course, it was on a weekend like it usually is. And I thought, well, I'm going to tear it apart. What the heck? They got all kinds of instructions out there on their site. I took the thing apart, and they've got 4 feed into one, manifold. There's a name for it, but
Mm-hmm.
I took it apart. I couldn't find a thing. Everything looked good. Put it all back together. It's toward the end of the day, and I thought, I'll mess with it in the morning because Bamboo wanted to have a video of what the problem was. Had the camera all set up to record it, started recording, went to feed it, and the damn thing fed. I go, you got to be kidding me. It fed all 4, and I've cut or printed 3 or 4 different things that were 12-hour prints, went without a hitch.
Yeah.
It just wanted some attention.
Milo, can you feed both nozzles off of your single AMS?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 4 comes into one, and that would go into like the left nozzle, and then I've got another one that feeds into the right.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what kind of work you do or what you want to do. I mean, you could get a single feeder, like if you were doing support interface material. 8 colors is a lot, and each color takes a lot of time. It adds time on a small fork holder for the CNC.
Mm-hmm.
Each color added 8 minutes.
Mm.
Okay.
And most of that was probably just bed leveling and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because I had one that was 3 colors, and then I had another one that was just 2 colors and one with 1 color. And every time I added a color, it added 8 minutes to the total cut time, or total print time, which wasn't bad, but just that to be aware of.
See, I think that's what a deception. To me, that's what a deception comes in. Bamboo doesn't say that.
Oh no.
You figure it out. They'll have you thinking because with that extruder, it does this. If you take it off, it does this. For what? I have no reason to know. Like I don't, because you'll be thinking that, well, if it does that, then that means it'll feed through the left or the right. But it doesn't. So I don't know what is the purpose for that design.
Well, the second line is already preloaded. It's got to go out there and puke some material through it to get it to flowing. Rather than having to clean it, it just gets down to new material. If you had white coming in behind red, you'd have to flush out 3 times the amount to clear the nozzle. And so when you got 2 nozzles, it does switch a lot faster than if it's a single nozzle. Because I noticed that I was printing all one color, but I had the second nozzle doing the support interface. And you could see on the estimated time to print was quite a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the estimated times, I'm pretty impressed. They're pretty doggone accurate. They're usually down to a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very very glad I got the Bamboo Labs machine. I'm very happy with it. It does everything I want to do and a few more things I have yet to do. But it's getting to the point where this is a no-brainer. Go spend the money and go print your part.
Yeah.
No.
They're good
across
machines.
all the all the brands. Yeah.
They're they're a good machine. But like I said, when they
Did you see this latest Bamboo Studio software? where they're mixing colors together.
Mhm. Yep.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
So they're
They're
creating
also,
custom colors from different
I,
color filaments. They're
yep,
like, like you can make a wood tone if they don't have it, or
Well, like if you mix red, blue, and yellow,
mm-hmm.
and you come up with purple.
Yeah.
yeah. So you could take primary colors and mix and make it secondary or what you call it, tertiary colors.
yep.
Yeah.
So whatever. Other words, you just don't have to. You can make your own colors to a certain degree,
Well,
and make gradients
yeah,
also.
they have that
It's
four color CNYK or whatever it is,
yeah.
filaments, just for lithophanes, color lithophanes, and they
Hmm.
can combine with that.
But you remember I sent you that video. I said like what was it, like 1 minute?
Yeah.
So that was a software issue. Remember I was saying that you couldn't switch between the right nozzle and left nozzle? That was a software issue. So I was doing something that wasn't even
Thought
out
of.
yet. Yeah.
Oh, excuse
Uh,
me. Yep.
so I need to try. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it again with just with a print and see if I'm able to do it, because like I said, it doesn't make sense just to designate one side of the nozzle just to print supports.
Yeah.
Mm. Um, but I'm gonna play with it some more. I got about another month with it.
Well, the other thing that I started playing with, just like on CNCs, you try to get it more and more efficient.
Hmm.
I was printing a slot with a crown top on it.
Mm-hmm.
The
Excuse me.
software you can set up to whatever angle you want for the support, whether you have support or you don't have support.
Right.
I changed the angle from an arc top to a more of a pointed top,
Mm-hmm.
and the angle was different, and it changed the print time significantly. Because I had quite a bit of support under there. Well, that just eliminated all the requirement for that support.
Right.
The material was insignificant. It was the time. I've cut down from a 12-hour print. I've got it now with different changes
Mm-hmm.
down to about 8, which is pretty doggone significant
Yep.
if you're doing a bunch of them.
Oh yeah.
But it's like everything else. You start to learn more and more. Okay, where can I change this design that it doesn't affect anything on the end use of it, but it sure does on the manufacturer of it.
Yeah.
Did you see the one thing in this new Bamboo Studio version that they put out, where they're changing the support columns to have fillets and tapers going up?
Oh,
Yes,
I
I
didn't
did
see
see
that.
that.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
so
didn't
that
see
they
that.
had a wider surface area.
Yeah, because I was knocking them off
Everybody was.
on really thin ones. I'd come back and here's a mess. So I thought, okay, it stopped, it aired out because it detected, that something wasn't right. And that usually happens about 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't like to print overnight, but every once in a while it gets late.
Yeah, I've done it a few times, and it's the first time that it did an automatic change to the next spool. Uh, there are times that it can error out, but most of the time it picks up the next spool.
Yep.
I print overnight often. That's I set it
Yeah,
up. I just let it run. I get up in the morning and it's done.
yeah. If it errors out and you pick up several hours later, you'll have a registration line there. I noticed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't let it cool down.
Yeah. I I know that you can pause a print and it'll keep the bed warm, and um, you can pick right up where you left off. But if you don't,
Well, I
You're
think
gonna
if
get that
you're
finish
about,
line.
if you're up a couple inches, the
Oh,
bed warm, it seems like it's still going to leave a registration mark because that
Mhm.
weld line, you see it shift just ever so slightly.
hold on. Did they just do another update for the
Yeah,
Bamboo Studio?
a couple days
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Because it was 2.05. Now it's 2.06.
yep.
Yeah, I know it was just a few days ago.
Yeah, like on the 16th. I mean, that was quick. Because I know I updated.
Yeah. I really should update, but I haven't updated since I bought the machine because it's printing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I knew several people they would never allow Windows to update.
yeah,
And I said, every once in a while they screw up and fix something.
yeah,
It's true though.
yeah.
Some people they just don't like to poke the bear, and I'm sitting there with a stick all the time.
Yeah. Well, I bought the P2S in November when it first came out, and they had 2 or 3 updates right in a row right after they came out, and people were like, "Oh, the update came out," and they were switching over in the first hour, and then something would go wrong, and they were like, "Oh, geez, I wish you know, I'm gonna go back," and
Good thing
so
about Bamboo, at least you can go back.
yeah. Well, I saw that happening for people, and they weren't calibrating the machines. They were doing a lot of, they were just taking it out of the box and going for a lot of them. And so I was like, I'm gonna wait, till this, it's a new machine until they get 3 or 4 upgrades down the line, and then I'll update because it'll be pretty stable by then. But maybe it's time.
Well, and I notice if you make any changes like that increased bed temp,
Hmm.
it comes back on some of those updates, it'll reset it back to the standard.
Yeah,
And you go, doggone it.
Yeah.
45 minutes, the thing is letting loose, and I hit it with a gun, and I go, what's wrong here? But at
yep,
least you get quicker, just like CNC, you get quicker to
fixing it.
notice, okay, I know what's wrong by just looking at it now.
Hmm.
Yeah, I print with a cold plate. So my temperatures on my machines are very, very low. They're around like 40, 45 Celsius.
Mm.
Yeah.
I cranked mine up to 60. It's that textured PEI plate.
60 is the sweet spot. Um, I printed for 60 for a while, like between 55 and 60. But like since I got the cold plate, I kind of turned it down and no adhesion issue whatsoever.
Well, and I notice, I've read it several times too. They tell you to wash the plate between prints and all that. Yep, makes a difference for me.
Yeah.
If
You
you
just got to make sure that
don't,
you rinse the soap off good enough.
yeah, if you don't, so on the H2C, I haven't washed the plate yet, and I had it now for about a month. I had about a month and been printing on it because number one, I don't take it out and pop my prints off. I just let it cool and then I just pop them off. As long as you don't touch it, you're good. And I say after so many prints, it would lose adhesion, but I haven't had that issue yet.
So
Well, I
what's up
think
with the glue stick method I keep seeing people using? They take a glue stick.
That's okay. So the glue stick issue is if you're really having a problem with sticking. Um, I've done that in the early stages when I was printing. But usually, if you got to use the glue stick, you're not heating your bed properly, and your bed is not clean
Mm.
I was
because
thinking because, if you're using a heated bed, it looks like it would melt that glue and not even do no good. I mean, I could
It
see how
does.
it would make it tacky, but
It does melt the glue, but it causes an adhesion
yeah.
with the filament, because once it's dry, you can see the film of the glue on there. But once you start learning how to heat your bed properly and clean the plating properly, you don't have to use a glue stick. And not only that, they have what they call it, the little ears that you put in your corners where you don't have to put a brim all the way around your material.
Yeah,
You
the
just
elephant
elephant
ears.
ears.
what do you call them again?
Elephant.
Elephant.
No, not elephant ears. Do they call them elephant ears? Wait a minute. What they call them? They call them elephant ears? I thought they call them mouse ears or something like that.
I
Well,
don't know. Two of us
Brim,
agree.
yeah, brim ears. That's brim ears. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know brim had ears.
Well,
yeah.
mice have smaller ears, and
Fish have even smaller.
Yeah.
uh,
After I raised the temperature, it completely stopped doing it. I mean, I
Yeah.
was consistently seeing them after about 45 minutes of printing, and it was always in the same spot, always. And that's when I shot it with the gun, and yep, the left was 5 degrees cooler than the right.
with the PETG, it really does need to be about 5 degrees hotter than
Mm.
the standard settings, because this printed in this configuration, and the first couple of layers were like stringy. They weren't really. In fact, it's the first real stringing I've seen on any printed part on this machine. There was strings across the circle outlet. So five
Yeah,
degrees more would have probably cured that.
yeah, silk is like that too.
Yeah.
Printing silk, you need to bump it up, and wood filament.
Haven't tried
Uh,
the wood filament yet.
I like the wood.
So, I guess you guys remember uh, putting model cars together, model planes together
Yep.
when you
mhm.
were a kid. Nowadays, they just print a car or the plane.
Yeah,
They don't even worry about putting it together. They build it
Mhm.
on the CAD program and print it out.
yeah, you could do it. You could make it. You can actually, you can make it with assembly also. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
you could
so
do it.
much. I just made some label tags for my CNC machine to label the axis for the limit switches, so I know. And I did them color code, like the universal color
Mhm.
of the axis. So now when I look at it, I already know what that limit switch go to. Um, yeah, the 3D printer is definitely a tool to have. I can say that.
Well, and if you take the time to learn 3D modeling with the different software available,
Mhm.
that was another learning curve. But wow. Yep. Now
Yeah.
I'm down to being able to make changes real quick.
Mhm.
Uh, but just like the CNC, you got to have proper amount of gap.
Yep.
Yes.
And after you get it figured out, you're going, okay, I need about six to 7 thousandths difference between them, and then it fits perfect every time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that was like when I was doing those battery caps. It took me 3 or 4 prints before I got the exact size I wanted, and then I knew from that point on how much uh, allowance you had to make.
Well, I
Yeah.
was kind of wondering, because that's why the bamboo slicer is nice to where I can chop that thing up and print out only this much of a
Yeah.
piece this big. And
Does
then I
that
still,
filament shrink when it cools off, or um, I wonder if
Yeah.
any
it
of it
Yes,
does.
does,
it
or
does.
all of. So you need to factor into shrinkage and all that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I screwed up. There's still human error involved where I changed, it's like a dovetail joint. And I changed, 'cause I was using a 3D printer, and I changed it to 3D. And then I still,
嗯
it's like a dovetail joint. and I changed all of the gap here, but there was two 90-degree faces over here that I forgot to adjust. I got to put these things together, and I go, God.
Mhm.
And I went back to look at the drawing again and looked at each one of the faces, and I go, doggone it, I missed these two. Changed those, and now it fit exactly the way I was wanting it to. But even the software, when you put it into an assembly, in SolidWorks is what I was using, you could see it wasn't lined up quite right. Well, I accidentally had shifted the model before I, put it as an STL, but the assembly showed it.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually take the time to look accurately, the doggone thing is as accurate as you can be.
Yep. SolidWorks, Fusion 360, they're very good for assemblies. If you're using Fusion, the first part you put into an assembly, you should anchor so that it doesn't move. And from that point on, every mating surface that you make will be in the right spot in relationship to each other.
Yeah, it's still a lot to learn, of course.
Yep.
You'd be learning till the day you stop doing it.
Yep. That's the goal.
And you got
Something
to
new
keep
every day.
doing it. Like I get in. I like me personally. Sometimes I get in them spurts where I don't want to get on the computer, and like I watch so many tutorials during the day and throughout the work day. Even on the weekend, I'm the same way. But sometimes you get in those spurts where like you don't even want to learn anymore. You just want that. You just like you just want to take a break. You don't want to look at no more YouTube videos. You don't want to get on the software. It's just
You
you just
gotta have a time to flush
yeah.
out a little bit.
And you feel guilty by not doing it because you're like, I'm wasting time. I'm not learning anything. But at the same time, you're just mentally not there to absorb anything that you look at. It's just like blah, just looking at the screen.
Yep.
Tell you the other thing that
Kind of like going
I'm
back to
looking at,
school after spring break.
I was out looking at new vehicles. Good grief! My old one, it was still running, so I still run them.
Mm-hmm.
It's 21
Okay.
years old, and it was still running fine. I thought, okay, I'm getting older. It'll probably be a last vehicle here.
Yeah.
That damn thing, the crap that is on those vehicles, jeez. I went to look up the owner's manual because they give you a little tiny one, that's about this big and had about 80 pages in it. And I'm going, okay. I went to look up the PDF version, 768 pages. And I go,
Oh,
how many different languages are in this thing? I go, one. 768 pages in a vehicle owner's manual.
that's crazy.
I mean, the technology that they've got in there of auto drive, lane shift, automatic following distance adjustments. The crap that they got in these things is unbelievable.
Yep.
Gee whiz.
Oh,
Yeah.
my somebody sent me a link to a new car that's coming out that China
Oh, I
put
see
together.
that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
we better catch up because this thing's gonna eat our lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They not playing. They are not they not playing. That one, especially that one with what was it,
Yeah.
1400 horsepower, something like
Yeah.
that.
I've got the link pulled up if you want to see it. I mean, it's just
What are they, electric cars or something?
It's
I
electric. It's both. Is it? Let me see. I think it's hybrid. I think it's both, if I'm not mistaken.
think this is the one. Let me see. Yeah. So here it is. I'm gonna share it with. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna share it with sound. Uh, but I sent this to my daughter because she's about to look for a car, and might as well. Uh, here we go.
Can't beat them, join them.
The U.S. trying to ban them. Canada
Are
already
they?
bringing them in.
Oh, it's of course not playing. Sound.
Oh,
They want to ban a car that could
Hmm.
clean up the atmosphere and all that kind of stuff. And
Let's try that again. This one's called the Seeker. Share. Share sound. It should share sound.
I heard it.
You heard it.
Yeah.
Heated, ventilated, and massaging. I get wood on my dash, a screen
There we
here,
go.
another one there.
Let's start it
Two
again.
wireless charging. Not ready. Behind me is China's competition to the BMW X5, and BMW, you're not ready. For starters, this has 2 NVIDIA chips for self-driving, and to let other cars know it's driving itself, your front lights will turn blue.
Parking assistance.
It looked like a Rolls Royce.
Surroundings.
Nice looking vehicle.
Yeah.
front lights will turn blue and they'll think you're the cops.
On just the battery, it can do 255 miles and get you back to 80% in just 9 minutes. But under the hood, you get a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that acts as a generator. And on a full charge and a full tank of gas, it can do over 700 miles. The inside is stunning. I get a moonroof, suede on my roof, speakers in the headrest of these Napa leather seats that are going to be heated, ventilated, and massaging. I get wood on my dash, a screen here, another one there, 2 wireless charging pads with fans to cool off my phone, red leather grab handles, a heated steering wheel, digital display, head-up display, and my speakers not only have ambient lighting, but it's the same sound system that's used by Bentley. This can also monitor your air quality, disinfect your cabin filter with UV lights, and if I reach inside my glove box, I get fragrances that blow out of my vents. In the second row, I get a ton of space, automatic sunscreen shades. My third seat can turn into an armrest with cup holders and storage space. I get a touchscreen right here, a cooler with UV lights to disinfect my things, and it can also keep food hot. And if I need a place to eat said food, I get a built-in tray. It's lunchtime, baby. But you haven't even seen the best part. Now I get a footrest, a leg rest that's heated along with heated, ventilated, and massaging seats. I get a giant moonroof in the back, and did I mention the 3K TV?
Now that's all for the driver.
Now I can sit back and watch a movie with some movies in 5D. That means it'll adjust my ambient lighting, my fan speed, my fragrances, and because I get speakers in my headrest, it's more immersive. And if EVs make you car sick, you get motion sickness mitigation, and it'll even show you visuals on your rear screen. You thought we were done? Now if you're super tall, you can relax too, and I can even use this as a bed. And you get all that comfort while still having an insane amount of trunk space with even more space for junk. It also makes 880 horsepower. And that's just for the standard model. There's a performance model that makes 1400 horsepower. Behind me is China's competition to the BMW X5, and BMW
58K.
And then they charge you subscription fees for about 3/4 of those features.
Yep.
Mhm.
Garage door opener, heated seats, the special radio.
Well,
You got
I
to
know-
pay extra for the horsepower. If you get the
Yeah,
upgrade, you pay more for that.
I know BMW does it. They charge
Yep.
subscription. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
they
my
do.
Subaru has a subscription for the emergency system.
Yep.
And that, yeah.
Well, you have to pay for new GPS maps too now.
Of course, now my phone hooks in Bluetooth, and
Yeah.
so you can use your phone map system.
Yeah.
there's
My
more
Subaru is
crap.
wireless.
There's more crap on there that Sirius Radio, they haven't got a chance. They says, hey,
And
we'll
it's-
give this to you for 3 months. And then it's only another
Yeah.
$8 a month after that. And I'm going, I got more crap in there already. I don't need another one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the car reports back to the main server, and your phone is tracking your speed and reporting it back to
The underwriters.
Google. And
Yeah,
some insurance
they're-
companies are demanding that they have access to your Google account to see if you've been speeding or not, or sudden stops and all that.
Well, in the fleet management system, that's exactly what they're doing there.
They said
Yeah.
that's what the the Tesla cars, vehicles do. It reports everything that you do, all that is the driving and everything. It records everything and report that for data research.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Yeah,
had
they have
heard,
data points. There's about 135 data points in these cars after 2023. Transmission, RPMs, braking pressure,
Mhm.
all of that. The angle of the steering wheel, all of that is reported back to the server.
Yeah.
Telemetry. Yeah.
several years ago, I was asking on these auto drive systems, where are they actually headed with this? You know, what is the real true intent, or at least somebody's wild ass idea? And they said, well, you can't really add more lanes to a highway in a lot of cities because it's maxed out for width. Otherwise, tear down buildings. They said, so one of the thoughts is that they go to automatic drive mode and you space cars within about 12 inches of each other. You jam them up laterally and they are in charge to get more cars on the same amount of real estate. And I go, okay, but how do you
Then
get
you
the
pay
guy
for that, like in
how do you get the
Dallas.
guy out of the middle? Well, that becomes then regulated rather than optional.
Mm.
I'm going, okay,
Yeah, like
maybe
in Dallas.
I may not live long enough to see it, hopefully.
Yeah, in Dallas area, they charge you according to the lane that you're in.
Wow.
So if you're in the
Lord.
high speed lane and it's heavy traffic, they charge you a premium. Or if you go later in the evening and there's not much traffic, the rates go down. So it's surge pricing involved. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
a lot of the tolls are like that. So Jacksonville, we have that also. We have a toll lane. Sometimes I don't know how it works because I don't use it, but sometimes you can go through it and it's free. There's no charge. And then they charge you when the traffic is heavy. It can be anywhere from 50 cents to 75 cents.
Mm.
And then, but the funny thing is that the police is always sitting in that toll lane. Like those are the people that get the most tickets. And I'm thinking it's a toll lane because it's a bypass.
That's
The purpose of it is to speed past the traffic.
yeah, they think it's the Autobahn.
Yes, now they do.
Well, and around Colorado now has started using drones for
Oh,
speed. They track the speed, they take a picture, and they send you a ticket out of a
The same thing
out
here.
of a drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing here with drones in Detroit area. And the governor, lady governor, has decided that we need to start paying by the mile for the road tax use on top of the regular road tax.
what? Wait, pay by the mile?
Yeah, they want
I've
to
heard of
pay
that
by
as
the
well.
mile.
How does that work?
You use your
Expensively.
car to track the miles, and they send you a bill.
One of them, I knew they had like emissions testing once a year or something in certain states. They were also going to do odometer checks at that time.
Mm.
And if you drove 12,000 miles or 15,000 miles in that 12-month period, here's your bill.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Huh, that's crazy.
Well, if you're paying 75 cents a gallon for gas, and then they add on the mileage tax, it's just another tax increase. And the
Yep.
whole idea is to keep you off the road. Well, the thing of it is, who's it going to hurt the most? You know, the people that can pay who haven't got the money to pay.
Right. Well, the expressways are not for civilian use. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's what the original
Supposedly.
intent.
We just have the privilege to use it.
Oh, we are old. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you mention Eisenhower Highway,
Yeah.
old farts.
That does kind of show our age, right?
The New York State Thruway was supposed to be free after it was paid off. It was paid off almost 20 years ago. It's not free, and the rates keep going up. You know, so
here in Colorado, they were trying to
forgot that
figure
promise.
out. They're trying to figure out how to charge the electric vehicle people because they're probably doing more damage to the road than the car vehicles because they're heavier.
Yes, they
Oh.
are.
And,
Well, the thing of it is, here in Michigan, they charge you regular price to do your tag, and then they have a surcharge of another $450 for the road tax. Well, nobody uses 450. Most people only use like 200.
yeah.
They started back in. I'm trying to think when this had to be like 2017. So they started, I don't understand it. So they started registering your trucks, anything 1,500, 2,500, whatever trucks. It's not registered for your birthday. It's registered December.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I never figured out what was the reason behind that. And I didn't know if they were trying to register it as like a commercial vehicle or whatever. But all registrations for trucks are December instead of your birthday, like your cars and motorcycles.
Huh. Yeah, I know every state's a little different.
They claim
New York doesn't do it that way.
Yeah.
South Dakota used to do it birthday. Colorado does it on when you bought it.
Yep. New York does it on when you bought it.
When you bought it?
When you registered it.
When you registered. See, ours is always on our birthday.
Our license to drive is on our birthday.
Yeah.
But not the registration for the vehicle.
Yeah, ours is go by the birthday. So if you bought a vehicle before your birthday, you get the registration for the following year. And then you have to update it either every 2 years or however you want it, but it has to be current before your birthday. Because I think,
well,
there's money involved, you know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's weird. Not even talking about what he was talking about. They was in Florida. They was talking about doing away with the sticker registration, dealing away with that, and somehow they're gonna make it where it's like a permanent tag or something like that.
Well, it's going to be a subscription base every month.
Yep.
It's gonna be through the cloud.
Yeah.
It's gonna be through the cloud.
And if you don't pay it, the car won't start.
Yeah.
We're
okay,
laughing,
Ben,
but
I gotta go.
Yeah. All right. It's that time anyway, folks.
Right.
We have drifted off into car talk. So if you'd like to join, if you'd like to join us next week and talk about technology, do it at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, Eastern time. We'd love to have you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See y'all later.
All right, bye-bye.